Hi, welcome to this computer system. It's 1912.5S version. We still have a few updates, it seems, 2 updates up there. And the topic of the video is people. People wanting to help ArcoLinux. I say, okay, ArcoLinux has now 15 desktops, 15 to get acquainted with, to learn stuff from it. And some of you out there say, I want to help ArcoLinux. I want to use the knowledge I have for a particular desktop, which is maybe not well known and not one of the 15, right? But another one, a new one that we even haven't thought about, maybe, that you say, I'm gonna help these guys, I'm gonna make my own desktop available, my system, how I team and tweak it, how I rise it, and let those guys know. How do you go if you wanna, what do you do if you want to do that? The best thing to work on is the internet. You go to the GitHub, and what we do ourselves is go to the GitHub from ArcoLinux D, right? ArcoLinux D, and any of these guys is good. So you take a look and you say, okay, I'm gonna install a tiling window manager or something, or another, I don't know. You see the code that's already available, and you take, for instance, ArcoI3, or you take BSPWM, or maybe also a good idea is get them all, and you can just download it with a bit.ly format. So bit.ly, and then Arco Get Started 3 is an URL which provides you with a lot of scripts to get started, and you can download them, and you'll find that in here is the information for you to get any ArcoLinux B, but also to get any ArcoLinux D. So with this script, get all ArcoLinux D, you get everything that's online. And then you decide, okay, I'm gonna take as basis one or other, let's do this, has to come down anyway. So you run this and you say maybe Arco BSPWM, but you can compare, and that's my point, that's why we're getting it. You can compare and say, okay, what's the difference? Why do they have these things? I'm gonna explain the structure. So if you wanna give us help in making available another desktop that's not yet there, right? That's the point. Then you can reuse our code, please do, and then the development phase is faster, and we can go faster to the tutorial series, right? So that's the idea. So the structure, let's go over the structure. This tells the computer system to use all the cores. I have 8 cores, so he uses 8 cores. Nothing important, just leave it as it is. This one is important. This is gonna change, and maybe it's much easier if you compare these two guys with each other. What is different between one GitHub and the other? Then you see immediately, if you say not the same, there are specific distro-specific distro-specific stuff coming from the AUR. If it's not on the Arch, it's going to be in here with a script. So the polybar is on the AUR, so it's in the AUR distro specific, right? And the rest is these guys, that's different. The most important one, notably, is number 100, and 100 is actually ArchWiki. ArchWiki saying you need to have BSPWM, and in our case, we also need something for our shortcut keys, right? Same goes here. This is exactly what it says on ArchWiki. So basically, this is fast and easy to fill in and to find online. But then it's going to be, what stuff do we need from Arch Linux repos, meaning sudo pacman -s is just Arch. And you put in and put away what's gonna conflict as well. So you go over the details, just leave everything as is, unless it conflicts. And then you put a hashtag in front, don't start deleting, just put this in front so you can keep comparing the differences. And then there is 500. 500 is AUR, so this is again what's specific to your distro that you want to put out there. and you put this in AOR-DS, and then it's just a name change. It's actually pretty easy to make a copy paste for something else. So you say this one Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, and it's going to install, I don't know, some application, right? You give it the correct name, of course. So assuming it's Polybar, you name it Polybar. It's already there. Assuming it's Spotify, that's not there. You rename it like this, and inside as well, of course. And that's easy. Just change the name here, and the script will do the rest. Spotify saved, done. You have now just changed or created a script to install Spotify. It's that simple. The only thing you now need to do is put it in somewhere. You need to say to the line, to the script 500 here, somewhere in here. So this guy, we've changed that guy into Spotify, for instance, right? With a version number or without a version number. But as you see, we do it like this. So that's how you change it and how you make your own GitHub, your own version for your desktop. Let's go over the numbers once more. So these things these are just general things, installing Steam and all that. It's general stuff. VirtualBox is in there. Also a difficult one was VMware. Some of the people want to install that, and you check it out. So normally you just leave that alone. And the AR distro specific, this contains everything that you need to keep your desktop running. And this personal stuff, just leave it alone. Sound is okay for everybody. That's all ArcoLinux. That's okay. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone in general, unless it conflicts. And here is some general stuff like the conkeys, Sublime Text, some radio things. You can just leave it alone as is, probably installing VirtualBox and all that. Sounds good. 400 ArcoLinux repo is specific, maybe things you don't want on your system that conflict as well. Maybe you don't need content in your system. So you think about these guys. The AOR, the repo distro specific things, and this is then later on we'll make packages. So the configuration package is this one. This is what's inside .config. If there's something general not required by the desktop, so the .config is not desktop related, then it goes in here. These guys are desktop related, so BSPWM is a desktop related one, i3 is a related one, Herbstluft is a related one. What else in between somewhere? So BSP, we miss Budgie, we miss Cinnamon, all desktop names. So ArcoLinux, your desktop name, .git or -git, that's what it's going to become later on. So that's for you to decide, what do I need actually in there? What files do I need to have an actual working system? That's gonna go in there. So that's that. And on fonts and everything, that's unimportant as well. So this is how you could help us. You git clone this. You give it another name, Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. Give it the name you're going to create, the desktop that you are going to create, rename, and then you put it online on your own GitHub and start testing, start tweaking, start changing things, and we'll see later on your final result. And we are going to match that. We're going to get yours, we're going to get ours, maybe from other users as well, and we'll make a mixture of everything that's that's provided by our users and what we find on the net. Okay, so that's an idea. If you are have spare time or are creative and you want to include your own very desktop that you say, I want to use that really all the time, but it's not on ArcoLinux yet. Yet is then the proper word there. Then you can help us, and that's the way how to do it. All right, enjoy.